Hello and welcome back to my channel. So this is the part 2 of this tutorial, and we are going to continue from where we stopped at. Now this is where we stopped at the other time. We stopped at joining the down part of this dress, like the down part of the front. So we are done cutting it out. The next thing that we are going to do now is to gather these pieces at the basque area. Now I'm done gathering this piece, and if you can notice, we have not folded our zipper allowance, our button allowance, sorry. Our button allowance is still plain. We have not folded it. Now, after joining to your basque area, you can see the way I gathered. I am going to fold in my button allowance. I'll just fold in the 1.5 because I added 2.5 as my button allowance. I'll fold in my 1.5 for my button allowance, and I'll run a straight stitch there. So if you're making this particular dress, I'll advise you to avoid stretchy fabric, because a stretchy fabric will affect you, and at the end of the day your basque lines may not be equal. Now I am done folding my button allowance, and the next thing that I'm going to do right now is to pin them. I'll just go ahead and pin the button allowance because I like pinning my front before taking the measurements for the back as well. Now I'll just go ahead and pin from the neckline down to the full length so that they'll be equal. And I'll also be sure if the lines, because all these combinations, the lines need to align. You can see the line at our underbust. Our underbust line is aligning very well. So the next thing that I'm going to do is to pin them down. And this fabric that I used at the waistline, this crepe fabric, the carton color fabric that I use, is a kind of stretchy. And if you notice, it somehow affected my basque area. The fabric is stretchy, and you know, if you're ironing a stretchy fabric, it will be expanding. So it affected the basque area somehow, but it is not that bad. Now after pinning, I'll keep that aside, and over to our back. I'll go ahead and cut out our back area. I'll cut out the back area. Now I am done cutting out the back area, and I'll first of all cut out our combination color. This is the carton color, and it will be on fold. Remember that the back is closed. The back will be on fold. I'll go ahead and cut out this particular area. There is no slash and spread. This is the fitted area of the dress. There is no slash and spread on it. Then I'll add 1/2 inch round it, and it should be on fold. Remember that this is the back of the dress, so it should be on fold. Now these are the remaining parts, and you know that before I'll start slashing, I'll fold my fabric first of all. I'll fold my fabric, place my paper on it before I'll start slashing and spreading. That is how I do mine, because it is very easy. If you slash your paper before placing it on fabric, it may be difficult for you. So I'll go ahead and mark my straight lines, and after marking the straight lines, I will start slashing. And remember that this is the top of the back. That means if you are slashing, it should not cross across your shoulder or your neckline. You can see that my slashing is stopping at my shoulder area. It will not pass that area. Then after doing that, I'll go ahead and spread, but don't spread too much so that the gathers at your back will not be too much. Then I'll go ahead and cut out, and as you are cutting out, remember to add 1/2 inch seam allowance for joining this top to the waistline. Now after cutting it, I go ahead and slash the down part of the gown also. You know, I divided the back into 3 pieces. The first one will be wine red, second one will be carton color, the last one will be wine red also. This one is the last one, and as I'm slashing this one, the cutting or the slashing will be cutting across the top, because you will need to gather it around that top also. So I'll just go ahead and slash, and as you are slashing this particular one, you'll be cutting through the waistline. It has to be open, so don't mind what I'm doing now. I'll still go ahead and open all of them. So after cutting them open, I'll go ahead and spread. This spreading, it depends on how wide, how full you want your gathers to be. It depends on how full you want your gathers to be, and it also depends on the amount of fabric you have. Now after spreading this one, I will cut out, and I'll add 1/2 inch seam allowance around everything. Do not forget this 1/2 inch seam allowance, so that when you are joining, it will not affect your full length measurement. Now I am done cutting that out, and I'll go ahead and join them to the carton color, to the fitted one at the waistline. That is what I'm going to do. I'll just go ahead and join them to the carton color area. I will join this one at the down part, and then the top will be at the top. So this is what this shirt will look like from the back. If you want it to be plain, you can also do that, but I want it to be stylish at the back. Now I am done joining that particular one. I'll go ahead and join the top to it. Now I am done joining everything, and the next thing that I'm going to do now is to join my front and my back. And remember, I've closed my button allowance, I've pinned it, and I'll go ahead and place the front on the back. After placing the front on the back, I will pin. And after pinning, I will shape. The waist will be the only fitted part. The rest of the gown can be free. And I'm also done hemming the full length of this gown. The next thing that we are going to do right now is to attach our sleeve to the armhole area. Now, I told you guys that the shoulder of this dress is wider than my normal shoulder. I will measure the shoulder. The shoulder is 19 inches, while my normal shoulder is 16 inches. That means I added extra 3. That means the armhole will not be too curvy. You can see the way I'm trimming my armhole. It will not be too curvy because the shoulder is wide already. Now, after trimming my armhole is not too curved. I'll go ahead and cut out my sleeve. And then, you know, when you are cutting your sleeve, the armhole area will be very curvy, right? But that will not be the case here. Now, this is the band that I'll be using for my sleeve. It is on fold. It is 4 inches on fold. It is on fold already. I joined my fabric. I had to manage the remaining fabric for it. Now, I'll fold this particular fabric for my sleeve. And I told you guys that my armhole is not curved. The curve is not deep. That means the curve for this sleeve will not be deep. Normally, this is a normal sleeve, right? This is normal curve for a sleeve. But I'll go ahead and reduce this curve. I'll just go ahead and reduce this curve so that it will not be this deep. You can see I'll go ahead and cut down this curve. So looking at the sleeve will be like, the armhole area will just be looking straight. Then you go ahead and cut out the full length of your sleeve. And have it in mind that you are still going to add a band to this sleeve. So the full length of this sleeve is 20 plus 4 inches for our band. That is 24. Then our shoulder is also wider. Our shoulder is wide. That will make it around 26. Now I will go ahead and gather my sleeve around the band, and I will join. Now my sleeve is ready. I'm not fixing my band to my sleeve. This course is not a beginner course. This particular tutorial, I don't think I'll call it a beginner tutorial because beginners may be confused. Now, after doing that, I'll go ahead and join my sleeve. You can see that my armhole curve is not too deep. The curve is not too deep. I'll just go ahead and join my sleeve to the armhole. Now, this is what we have. The next thing is to fix our collar. I have a lot of collar tutorial already on my channel. I'll go ahead and measure my round neck, including the button allowance. I'll go ahead and measure my round neck. And I'll be using a one-piece collar because I don't have enough fabric already. I don't have enough fabric now, so I'm using a one-piece collar. So after taking my collar measurements round, I have 18 inches. So I'm trying to check if this fabric will be enough for it. But first of all, I'll be drafting my collar on paper. So 18 divided by 2 is 9. I marked 9. Then the collar and the collar stand, everything, I want to make it 3 inches. I told you guys that I'm making a one-piece collar. So I will mark my 9 and I will mark my 3 inches for the width of the collar. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to slant the front of that collar a bit. I don't want it to be straight. I'll just slant it a bit. Please, I have a detailed collar tutorial, both one-piece collar and two-piece collar. I have a detailed tutorial on that. Check my shirt dresses tutorial, then you will notice. So now that is the one-piece collar that we are talking about. It will just be one, just one. It is very easy. Now, I'll go ahead and add half an inch seam allowance around this collar. I'll add half an inch seam allowance around this collar. Do not forget your half an inch seam allowance, and this collar will be 2 pieces. So after cutting this number 1 piece, I'll go ahead and cut out another piece. The collar will be 2 pieces. Then I'll go ahead and cut out. Like I told you guys, I'm managing my fabric, so I even had to join this fabric before I could get the full collar. That is the reason why I didn't want to do a 2-piece collar. I did this 1-piece collar in order to manage fabric. Now I'll go ahead and cut out, and after cutting out, I will have to close the sides and the top of this collar. After cutting out, I'll go ahead and close the side and the top of this collar. So the down part of the collar will be open. Now I am done turning this collar and I have ironed. This is what I have. I've also folded in 1/2 inch for joining the collar to the round neck. I've folded in 1/2 inch for joining the collar to the round neck. So this is the 1/2 inch that I folded. I'll just go ahead and place it round our collar and fix. So at the end of the day, this is what we have. I hope our dress is beautiful. If you want to register for our ongoing classes, ongoing online and physical, we have physical and online classes. So anyone you'd want to register for, just drop a comment in the comment section and I will direct you on how to register for our courses. So this is the back part of this dress. I hope it is beautiful. Do not forget to subscribe and click the like button. Bye.